Bamford in the penalty area on the left foot. Oh, what a finish from Patrick Bamford!
Right-footed shot.
Oh yes!
Leeds take
What
the
a
lead.
goal.
Hernandez, wonderful goal.
Good evening, thank you so much for joining us here on Matchday Live ahead of a huge game in the Championship as Leeds United head to league leaders Leicester City. And you can watch tonight's game alongside us in selected territories. Just scan the QR code on the screen and you can buy your Matchday pass there. Michael Bridges joins us for this one, and Bridgie, I don't know about you, but I am nervous.
You're nervous, are you?
I am. How are you?
I'm confident. I really am.
Don't be saying things like that, Bridgie. Not this early.
These are the games that you've got to win, or you've got to go out and have a good performance. When you're playing a team that are top of the league, you want to go out and perform, and you've got to beat the best to be the best. So I'm confident, but I understand. Yeah, you're very nervous.
It is. It's our biggest game of the season so far, isn't it?
Without a shadow of a doubt, yeah. Because what they've done, two teams that have come down from the Premier League, Leicester and Leeds United, obviously both want to get back where we belong. And Leicester have started the season absolutely tremendously. They're flying away with it. So we've been playing a little bit of catch up. We've had stability since the window has closed, and we've shown our class, especially at home here at Elland Road, how good we are. It's on the road that we've got to start and rectify things, and it starts against Leicester, who are top of the league.
Oh, it absolutely does. When you look at the league table, Bridgie, we can just see the team arriving there at the King Power Stadium. Crescencio Somerville looking very happy with himself.
That's my favourite player at the moment. I'm absolutely loving Somerville.
Oh, there's our very own Jermaine Beckford as well, shaking their hands, giving him a little pep talk.
They're looking very relaxed, I've got to say, and there's Daniel coming in, looking very relaxed. So that's good to see. You can tell a lot from when a team arrives at a ground, and looking at them pictures there. Dan James coming out to check the surface. I just think it's absolutely. I can just tell there's a good little buzz there about the team.
Absolutely. I was just saying, Bridgie, when you look at the league table, Leicester City at the top and then Ipswich, is this for us a must not lose, or is it a must win?
A win would be absolutely tremendous, no doubt about it. But when you think, I've been looking, I've watched Leicester this season, the last 4 games at home, they have won, they haven't conceded a goal. Their possession stats are up there as the top team in the division. We're sitting in second with the possession stats. So it's going to be, this is going to be a cracking game with 2 very, very good sides with and without the ball. I think our clean sheets have been good in the back end of this spell that we've had. Early on I was critical because we were conceding goals and we're conceding early goals. So a win would be tremendous, but this is a must not lose. I mean, we need a draw. We don't want to give them another 3 points to run away with it even more so. And like you say, 3 points to get us closer to Ipswich as well in that second spot, which is where I want to see us.
Oh, absolutely. For us, Bridgie, look, this is a huge game, and everybody's talking about Leicester City and how they're breaking records almost in the Championship so far this season. But do you think that they're looking at this Leeds United team in that same way? Are we one of those teams that they're looking at saying this is a bit of a different challenge tonight?
Yeah, no doubt about it, especially in the recent form that we have shown. Somerville, we've just seen them there, Dan James as well, the attacking force Ruter. They've been absolutely magnificent. So they know there is a goal threat there. Leicester are going to have to be that clean sheet record. They'll be wanting to maintain that. In the know tonight is probably going to be their biggest challenge with and without the ball, because we pressed so well in moments of the game. We destroyed Huddersfield in the first half in our derby in the last game. The confidence that would have grown from that, and what we have done in the last few matches, we've been clinical. I've always been critical of the amount of chances that we have squandered. But in the last match, it was absolutely brilliant. It was relentless as well. We kept going and going again. And the players were getting so confident from that. So going up against Leicester, we shouldn't have anything to fear. And they should be worrying a lot about their home record now. Because there's one team in Yorkshire have done it before. That was Hull. They beat them. let's hope that the second team can do
Let's
it.
hope that the better team
Yes,
can do it. Maybe I'm speaking too soon there as well. Let's talk about team news. We know that he's made one change from that 4-1 win against Huddersfield at the weekend. Archie Gray back in at right back. Jamie Shackleton not in the squad. We can see the goals from the weekend as well. This is a nice bit of viewing while we're talking about the team news. Just on that, we know that right back isn't Archie's favoured position, Bridgie. But how will he deal with the threat of that Leicester attack? Because we know just how potent they can be.
Yeah, they're very potent. I mean, Dewsbury Hall scored 5 this season. He's got 6 assists. And they've got Vardy up top. But, Archie Gray is in there because he is full of energy. It might, like you say, it's not his favoured position, but he can do a job. He's got energy levels. He understands the game. He obviously listens to Daniel Farker. And every game, every opportunity you want to play, doesn't matter where Archie gets the option, he's not going to turn it down. So it was, I thought he'll come in and he'll do a job. And the reason he's been rested because he has played a lot of games. He's a young lad and he played 3 international games for England as well. So, he's a special player and he'll do very well.
Yeah, he'll be up for the challenge tonight. While we're having a look at these wonderful goals from that first half against Huddersfield at the weekend, let's talk about the difference that it made starting Dan James and Crescencio Somerville, because is this almost Daniel Farker acknowledging that maybe in that Stoke game, he selected his starting 11, but he realised that actually his strongest starting 11 is when Dan James and Crescencio Somerville are starting? Yeah,
definitely, because the Stoke game, obviously, Somerville scored 2 goals against Norwich, and you drop them. I'm thinking, I can't remember the last time I saw a player score 2 and get dropped from a game. And it backfired. So it's almost like the acknowledgement of saying, the lads did so well in last time out against Huddersfield. Two wingers that have got an abundance of pace and are fine in the back of the net. I mean, look at this. You can't the tricks that he was showing there, in the way the defenders were standing off him because he's inside the penalty area, and what he's done, he's had a shot there. And what was tremendous for me, Emma, that's Willie Nonto, who's actually in his position. Yeah. So they're celebrating together. So that shows that there is harmony within the squad as well. And you're thinking, he's admiring what one man is doing, and they can't touch him in there. And then what he's done very well there, he's used the defenders to blindside the goalkeeper as well. It's not the most powerful shot. It's not really wide, but what he's done, he's been very smart and gone hard and low. So I think Farker has acknowledged the quality that they showed in the last match, and he said, what it is, go out and produce exactly the same stuff, because I think if I was Somerville, and you've put on a performance when you've scored 2 goals and then you get dropped, I'd be asking questions. I'd be upset, So he's got the opportunity again, and Dan James, another man that has just been outstanding, especially in the transition moments on the counter attack.
We spoke about Dan James actually after this game against Huddersfield. Do you think that those goals in that game could really, really buoy his confidence? Because we've seen him have chances, and he's so frustrated when he doesn't quite get to goal. Yeah,
and he's been frustrating me as well. I'm a big fan of his, and he just wanted something to go in off his ankle or his backside or something just to help me, because he's had so many chances. But this game, the 2 finishes that we saw, I thought they were both very, very clever finishes, and the pace that he showed there and the determination to make the forward runs in behind the back 4, that's what Daniel Farker wants to see. He wants to see willing runners from midfield. And like I say, the critical comments that I was saying about how we weren't producing and scoring enough goals from the chances created, we did against Huddersfield, and I'm pleased that obviously Dan James got on the end of 2 of them.
Absolutely. We've spoken about competition as well for those positions in the attacking areas, and we can see that what we've spoken about so often is how healthy that is, how you up your game when you know that there is somebody else vying for your spot. That's an example of that there, isn't it? And again, when we look to the bench tonight, we see Junior Firpo's back, he's on the bench, so adding more strength to it.
More strength and depth, and that's what it is. I went back the first 2 games of the season, had a look at the team sheets, been doing my research, Emma, and I went back and had a look, and I'm thinking it was very, very fragile. The bench didn't look strong, and I look at it now in the last few matches, and we have got such a good bit of depth and squad. Bamford's back. I'm not going to talk about what he did and what he missed. He's still on the bench, he still makes an impact, he's still an experienced player. And then Firpo, somebody that Daniel Farker, I think, he might not have had the best start to his career with Leeds United because of injuries and a few performances, but he's a player that I can see slotting in with Daniel Farker, and when he's on the bench like that, and that he's, again, quality and experience, it's healthy.
It really is. Right, let's head over to the King Power Stadium for the first time this evening then, and check in with our commentary team, Bryn Law and Tony Dorigo.
Thanks, Emma. Well, this one has the look of being perhaps the game of the Championship season so far, doesn't it? First against third, Leicester City, the runaway leaders at this stage of the season, and Leeds United with the job of getting something from them tonight. How can that be done, Tony?
Well, I think we should have a lot of confidence from the way that we're playing. I also think Leicester are a team that are clearly in great form. They will try and play their football as well, and I think in a way that could help us. But I think it's all about us and the confidence. The front four can score goals. Can we keep it tight at the back?
Degree of continuity in terms of the team name, just the one change in there. That helps as well, perhaps, doesn't it?
It does, but especially if you look at that first 45 minutes we played against Huddersfield, the way that the team played, the way they were absolutely on fire, that must give them a lot of confidence. And to send just about the same team back into battle again, I think it's a good thing.
There is a big gap already at the top of the table between first and third. So I guess the aim of the exercise tonight is to ensure that the gap doesn't get any bigger, isn't it?
Are you trying to say a draw would be okay? Is that what you're trying to say?
That might be what I'm trying to say.
Listen, I think there's also still 90 points to go for this season, so we don't need to get too wrapped up. It is game per game, but of course this will be great to put a stop to their good run and give us that confidence, because we want to try and secure that third spot at the moment, get everyone behind us or below us away. But going up against what has been the best side so far, I think it'll be a great occasion. But I think the boys will be relishing it, and I think we can really get a result.
Friday night football here at the King Power Stadium, and a game to relish.
Cheers for that, Bryn and Tony. They were talking there about the top of the table, but tonight's game is as much about Leicester City, as much about Ipswich as it is about Leicester City in many ways, isn't it? Because at the minute, that's the gap that we're really looking to close in on.
Yeah, well, and it starts today. The whole league are watching this as well. Ipswich are going to be glued to this game as well, watching, it's Friday night kickoff. Everybody in the Championship that are going for the playoff places, pushing for that promotion, will be going, it is. We need this to happen. We need somebody to chase down Leicester. Ipswich, however, will be saying they'd rather Leicester win it.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's going to be so many different ideas that come across from different teams, and all we want, Emma, is 3 points. Like, it was funny just seeing Tony and Bryn there chatting, and how Bryn's trying to say, it's a must not lose, but he couldn't just say that. Yeah. Tony read his mind there, and like you say, a draw would be a fantastic result coming away from this game. It
really would. Well, Daniel Farker has been chatting to the media ahead of tonight's game, and he says his Leeds United side are heading into it with no fear.
First of all, you have to say they deserve, with this point tally after 14 games, to be there in this position. I think it's remarkable, and you just can give them credit and applause, and they deserve all the praise. I think it's a fantastic side. Many reasons, many top players, many players who have played on Premier League level. Also, lots of stability in the club. Although obviously there was this disappointment of relegation, but you got the feeling so quite quick they went back to work and kept the key players together and found a really good group, good balance within, lots of quality players, a quality coach. Yes, a really well run club, and all in all, this leads into a picture where they are at the moment one of the best, if not the best start in the history of the Championship, and the point tally is remarkable. But yes, we are full of respect. We will travel full of respect, and we know that we have to be there with at our best and with a top class performance to earn the right to win some points. But we won't travel in fear. So we travel with respect, but not in fear. Wherever we go, we are Leeds United, and we want to win points. It's a great game because it's a game between two big clubs, also with a big tradition. Also two clubs who have played recently on a Premier League level. Two clubs who have had a really good start. Obviously, Leicester even better than us, but we are also there with 4 wins in the last 5 games, sitting on position 3 with a good point tally, with a good goal difference. Leicester even better. So, 2 quality sides. It's a great game, spotlight game Friday evening. Floodlight is on. It's a great game to be involved, and both teams want to win points, and it's always great because you don't want to have games where it's more or less like an easy win and no question who wins a game. It's more or less you want to have this battles and this type of games and this quality games, and I think everyone who likes the Championship and likes football is looking forward to this game. And obviously both sides want to win points, but it's far away from being a final. Our approach will never be that we just park the bus and put the ball on the stand or over the stand and try to be there with perhaps a counter attack over 90 yards, or sometimes with a 3 times deflected strike, a bit lucky, and hope for a mistake of the opponent's goalkeeper. No, we want to attack the games and want to be the protagonist, and this will be always our approach. We are Leeds United, and we want to be the protagonist on the pitch wherever we go. Obviously, it should help. We're not playing with so much possession just to win this statistic. It always has to benefit us and to lead us, because we think it's the best way in order to give yourself a chance to win the game, because as long as you have the ball, the opponent can't score. And as long as you have the ball, you exhaust the opponent, because they have to shift. And no one likes to play football just to shift around and to run after the ball. Everyone started to play football because you want to have the ball.
I think this is the Daniel Farke fan club in here, because just listening to him talk, we love him, don't we? And your eyes lit up, Bridgie, when he said, you know, we are not going to park the bus. We need to play attacking football. That is exactly what you want to hear, isn't it?
Music to my ears, and it should be every Leeds United fan watching when we see Leeds United play. So it's great. I mean, he's a very respectful man. I love that about him. He doesn't have any grief with other managers or other fan base. He just gets about it, and he's very respectful. And that the confidence that he showed there. There's 2 teams here. Obviously, one's top of the league. We're sitting in 3rd. But he talked about possession there, Emma. And Leicester, with the average possession, they're sitting ranked number 1. We're sitting ranked number 2. Any team, like you were saying there, can play possession. And you can play possession in your own half, in your defensive third, and it becomes boring. What these 2 teams also do is play attacking football with that possession. They play percentage football in the right areas of the field. And that's why they're so good to watch. And that's why, you know, we are so happy, and I am especially, to have this guy at the helm, because I love the style of football that he plays and I love his mannerisms. And what he does, he's got the harmony within the group. So, like I say, just that interview there filled me again with loads of confidence.
He also has great experience in these big games. Do you think he'll relish a challenge like tonight, Bridgie?
Yeah, this is why managers this is the night that players and managers, you should relish this, because if you don't relish these opportunities and you shy away from them, you shouldn't be in the game, Emma. It's as simple as that. These are the nights. I used to love having the challenge when I was playing here at Elland Road, the Premier League nights against the teams in and around the top, the Champions League nights. They were the ones that you look forward to. You got up for the challenge, because you know you've got to beat these teams to be the best.
This might sound like a naive question, but do you get nervous? Do you get a tingly tummy?
I've got tingly tummy now. I'm nervous now, and I'm not even playing. Yeah.
No, but back in the day, ahead of the game, are the games like this where you really get a tingly tummy?
Definitely. I used to get worried if I had a tingly tummy. Sorry, if I didn't have a tingly tummy. When I got the butterflies, I knew I was going to have a good game. And if I didn't have them, I started panicking. Why am I not nervous for this game? Why am I not up for it? So there's no doubt about it. The bigger the games are, the more nervous I used to get. But as soon as you hear that whistle go and you step over the white line, that's when you become into your own. I used to love entertaining.
Can we say tingly tummy one more
time? Tingly tummy.
Willie Nanto sat down with LUTV earlier this week to talk about the start to the season and the battle for a place in the starting 11.
Willie, it's always great to see. It's always great to see that big smile on your face. It's so infectious. And why not after the performance and the result against Huddersfield? Just reflecting on that, what a great afternoon that was.
Yeah, I think it was a great game, in front of the fans at home. We just wanted to really win the game. We started really aggressive, I can say. The boys were great, and yeah, it was just a good win.
Was it about showing a reaction from the Stoke game, but also keeping the run going at home? Because we've been so strong recently at home.
Yeah, I think a bit of both. We had a not so good game Wednesday, against Stoke, and we just wanted to show our reaction, and I think this was the best way to do it.
I have to touch upon your bromance. Cree is on fire at the moment. I'm not going to ask you to show me the dancing celebrations that you do. I'm going to leave that to the professionals. But how great is to see what he's doing at the moment?
Yeah, I think he's a great player, a great talent. But I'm not really surprised. I feel like he can do even more than this. He has the quality to do it, the good mindset. Is good both mentally and physically now, so I just want him to keep going, and if I can help him, I'm happy to do it.
Yeah, like I look at you and you're so young, but you've got so much experience as well. Do you feel like you can be that experienced player where people turn to for guidance?
I mean, yeah, I feel like I'm only 19, as you said, but I have experienced so many things in my career so far. And as I said, I just try to put my qualities to help the team, and that's what I want to do. So if I can help in, I don't know, both on the pitch, in the dressing room, everywhere, I'm just happy to do it.
And mention obviously the bromance with Cree, but it's almost a bromance with the rest of the squad. We come up here and you guys get on so well, and how great is it to have that togetherness within the changing room, because it's certainly shown on the pitch as well.
Yeah, I think it's the most important. We just enjoy ourselves every day. I feel like it's a great environment to play, to just enjoy ourselves. To also, when it's time to do serious things, we are just serious. And I feel like it's important also on the pitch, because if you get along with everyone, it's just easier to perform, and that's what everyone can see at the moment.
It sets us up perfectly for game Friday night against Leicester. How much are you looking forward to that? How much are the rest of the boys as well?
Yeah, I think we're just buzzing. It's a great game. They're in a top form. They're the top of the league now, and we want to show that we are not worse than them. I feel like we have the same quality of them, if not better, and we want to show it to everyone, because when you start to play football, you just want to play these type of games, and I feel like it's the best moment to do it, because we are in a top form. I can say they are also good at the moment, and I think we can win.
We are all buzzing, Willie. A great interview, that is a great word. Look, we know his quality, but the fact that he hasn't managed to secure a spot in the starting lineup regularly shows the strength and depth and the quality in this squad, doesn't it?
Yeah, and he didn't do himself any favours earlier on this season when the transfer window was open, and there was that. I think he was wrongly advised. However, he went about it the right way behind the scenes. He didn't shrug training off. He stayed in when the times he was told, and what's happened then now, he's been able to adapt himself back in the squad, sorted the differences out, and he hasn't been able to get back in because of obviously the first instance where he didn't want to play. Other players have risen to the occasion, and he's got to wait for his opportunity. But what I will say, he's sorted himself out. I love his attitude now. And what I also love is the fact that when Somerville scored the other day, we've just seen the celebration. They're doing all this handshake, which I'm not even going to attempt. But that just showed that the camaraderie is there. That's a player that's in his position, and they're getting on like that. So he's matured, and I think he's learned from his mistakes, as we should all do. And he's still so young as well. And that is an Italian international footballer that we have on our bench that's trying to get in this squad. So the changes that have been made by Leicester, the right back, I'm thinking if Pereira's on, he sees a guy like Somerville, and if he gets substituted and Willie Nonto comes on, if I was Pereira and I was in the team, I'd be saying, Gaffer, I'm not playing today because I've got a hell of a challenge in my hands. Yeah.
Well, we know that he speaks very well in interviews, but what is Willie Nonto like at drawing one of his teammates? You know what it's time for, don't you, Bridgie?
Oh, it's my favourite segment.
LUTV's Art Club.
What is this? This looks like a monster. That's me! No chance! No chance! No respect. And I'm fat! Small head. Wow. Wow. With the ponytail as well. Pink shoes. I think this might be the best, Okay, let's play away blue. I think the hands are a bit too big. I think top 3 easily.
No respect at all, Willie, although I'm not sure that whoever that is that you've drawn will think you've got respect for them either. Who do you think that was?
I think that's one of the best we've seen this season.
Do you?
I do. I
that
really,
says
really
a lot
do.
about the quality of LUTV's Art Club, Bridget.
Correct, yeah. The lads have got a lot. The lads have got a lot to learn if they want to go into art design. But it was the gloves that gave it away. I mean, I've seen Somerville play in the gloves.
Oh, you think it's Somerville?
I'm saying Somerville.
Okay.
Because he plays in gloves when it's like 18, 90 degrees in the summer here.
He loves the glove.
He loves the glove.
Well, do you know what? There's a WhatsApp number on the screen. Use that. Send in your predictions. Who do you think that is that Willie Nonto has just drawn? Right, you mentioned Leicester City's approach very briefly there, but just talk to us about, obviously we know Crescencio Somerville will have been a target man. They'll have been studying him in that position. But where are their key threats? Where are we looking?
Their key threats up top. And defensively, because they've kept a clean sheet on the last 4 occasions at home. So that is an area where they're very strong. However, they've made 2 changes The centre-half, Fast, comes in, and Pereira comes in at right-back. Now, I think that's to do with the threat of Somerville drifting in. They've made 2 changes there. They've gone for a bit more inexperience and a bit more pace. And what I would say, but up front, Dewsbury Hall, I've said 5 goals, 6 assists. You got Vardy with his pace, goal scorer. So it's not going to be easy. I think it's going to be a very, very interesting game, and we're going to come out on top.
Very quickly, score prediction. Just the score prediction.
Emma, no, please don't do it. It's going to be very close. 1 goal either way. You go
for a draw?
I'm going for a draw.
Okie dokie. Right, well, let's head over to the King Power Stadium, shall we, for the biggest game in the Championship for Leeds United so far this season, and join our commentary team of Bryn Law and Tony DeRigo. But before that, let's get the thoughts of Ethan Ampadu. Come on, Leeds.
This has the look of a big game this evening, does it not?
Yeah, no, like you say, I'm sure from the outside everyone's looking this Friday night on TV, big game, but I think us, and probably the same as Leicester, just taking this as another game to try and build on what we can do.
They've had an incredible start to the season, haven't they? Just 1 defeat and won every other game. So what can you do tonight to make sure that doesn't happen again?
Hopefully build on from our last performance. We respect them, we give them their credit for their start. There's no denying they've had an unreal start, but we're confident about ourselves, and like I said, if we can build on our last performance, hopefully we can do a little bit more than that.
Yeah, you showed an awful lot in the first half, in particular in that last game. Can you do the same again here tonight, perhaps?
Like you say, we have the confidence that we could do that. We have the belief, but ultimately we can say that, but we have to go out there and do it.
Welcome to Leicester, a big game, biggest game I would suggest of the Championship season so far, as the team